Let me tell you something. God loves you unconditionally. What does that mean? It means that if you choose to believe that God doesn't exist, that the universe doesn't exist, He will help to make sure that your belief is true. He will show you that that is true through the circumstances outside. So you'll be in a situations where the divine help won't be present. And on the contrary, if you believe that God is real, if you believe that universe is on your side, if you genuinely believe that, the God will help you and He will show you that that is true. He will show you through the circumstances that He's on your side, He's supporting you, that He's sending you people, circumstances in order for you to be happier. The very interesting thing is that we were created by God to be like God, to have the power that God does, and that is the power of creation. And you're creating every single day. You're creating the reality that you have around you every single day. If you choose to believe that you cannot climb a mountain, if that is your choice, conscious or unconscious, God will make sure that that is exactly what happens, that you will never be able to climb a mountain. He would say, I love you so much. I want everything that you want to be true. I want everything you believe to be true. So if you believe that you cannot climb a mountain, I will prove to you that you can't. That is what unconditional love is. He will show you that you can't through the outside circumstances. That is what unconditional love is. No matter what you believe, even if you believe that God doesn't exist, He will help you. He will show you that that is true. That is your reality. When you tell yourself that you're powerless, that you cannot get a job that you want, that you're not worthy of a good relationship, He loves you so much that He will give you that. He will show you that whatever you believe in, whatever you're telling yourself, whatever you have deep down subconsciously or consciously, that is true. That is real. He will make it real. If you tell yourself that you're powerless, He will support you in that as well. He will show you that you are powerless indeed. My relationship with God was very interesting because one side of my family was very religious, the other side wasn't. We were still going to church a lot. My grandma made me pray, and that made me question a lot whether God exists, what does He want, why does He wants to help people, why are there bad things happening in the world if God exists. But even when I was doubting how universe works, when I say God universe, I think it's the same thing. It's the energy, it's the higher power that exists, that helps you, that you can rely on, that you can feel loved by. And what happened is when I was doubting God, His existence, even through that, I felt His love. I felt that I was supported no matter what I believed or didn't believe. The biggest gifts that God gives you is His unconditional love and the total freedom of your willpower. Total willpower means that you can choose to put yourself in the cage, to cage yourself, to limit yourself, and God will help you with that because He loves you unconditionally. He will support you in whatever you choose to do. You always have a choice to believe whether you'll fail or whether you'll succeed. And if you believe that you always fail, you fail. So you succeeded in believing that you'll fail. So you already succeeded in something. You'll find your purpose. You'll find what God has prepared for you when you start noticing what is that you want in that specific moment. What is that in that specific moment will make you happy. It's like inner compass. It's like inner guidance. You don't have to understand in that moment what your greater purpose is, what's your plan for the next 5 years is, because sometimes finding your purpose is the journey, is taking one step further and just understanding what the next step is. Your purpose is not your identity. If you find yourself in the pursuit of something or you have a will, a wish to do something, don't cage yourself in the expectations that you have to do it for the rest of your life. Because as I said, usually it's about the journey. In this specific moment, you might want to write poems and you don't understand why, but just do. In the next specific moment, in an hour, in a day, you might start filming YouTube videos. And then in 5 years, you create a YouTube channel where you talk about your poems and you're sharing that with people. And that what brings you purpose, pleasure, fulfillment in your life. You never know where life will take you. All you have to do is trust that God has a higher purpose for you. And the biggest guidance He gives you is in this specific moment, in the moment of now, by giving you the wants, random thoughts, the wills, the circumstances that just don't align or align in a specific way. We always change. Our identity changes. Why do you think your purpose, your higher purpose, your destiny can't change as well? The only thing that is not changing in this world, is the fact that everything always changes. If you feel an impulse or desire to do something in this moment, do it. That is the truest path and the only path that will lead you to happiness. Happiness is having the resources to fulfill whatever you truly want in that specific moment. God sends you desires only because you have a potential to fulfill them. If you want something, that means that there are resources or potential resources that you will get in order to make the dream come true. The essence of love is freedom. Anyone who loves you will give you freedom, will want you to feel free in this world. That's why the ultimate gift that God gives you is love. And that short video is all I had for you today. Just something that I felt like sharing. Hopefully was insightful for someone, and I'll see you in the next one.